Hey guys, we are back, and look who's back with us today.
What's up?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember from 2 videos ago. It was Matt from Decaying Midwest. So
yes,
we'll have his link in the bio. Make sure to check out his video after this. But yeah, we've got this abandoned neighborhood, and we're gonna go check it out. The road into the abandoned neighborhood was closed, so we ended up going around through the parking lot of a abandoned gas station on the side where the fence had been ripped off, and we ended up doing a little hike to get into the neighborhood that way. The houses themselves have been closed since 2020, some of them in 2019. This area, though we did get more footage than what you'll be seeing, I did cut a lot of it because of privacy reasons to the people that used to live here. So we have some cool photos, and some of the houses we can't put on film because of privacy reasons. The little walk we did was not really bad. Lots of weeds, some thorns, and then Matt and I got a little confused because we came to the empty area. It kind of looked like it was the start of the abandoned neighborhood, but it actually was just more empty field. So after looking around for a little while, we saw that there was a fence that led straight into the neighborhood, and so we headed over there. As you're gonna see, after climbing the fence, which wasn't too bad for either of us, we entered the neighborhood and started taking photo and video. As Matt got some more cinematic stuff through the open windows and stuff, I followed closely behind. This neighborhood was a bit different than some of the other Herb X missions I've been on. For one, all these houses, as I stated before previously, like at the start of the video, they were people's homes, and they had been recently abandoned in the last few years, so it wasn't like they had been laying around for too long. A lot of people's belongings were in there still, along with garbage that was left behind. And one of the other things that made this one a little bit different was the houses had just a different feel to them. Whereas sometimes I personally feel excited going into abandoned places, there wasn't something super exciting about this neighborhood. It was more surreal, seeing people's lives that had just been uprooted and everything had been left behind. You could tell that not only had there been good memories here, but that people had started their lives and then had to leave them very quickly. The houses felt like they were sitting there, rotting, and the vibe that they gave off was very, very just apocalyptic. More than other places like the factories and everything we came to that sometimes give off like more of a steampunk kind of vibe. These just felt like we were walking around in a place that had been abandoned because of a darker reason. Of course, in actuality, the place and the neighborhood itself had been abandoned for health reasons because of a leak. So there wasn't actually anything bad going on, but the vibe was very, very odd. One of the very unique things about this area was the houses, each one was very, very different, whether in shape, or size. Each one of them had a different like setup, and none of them were really like this cookie cutter place. Each one of them had different things in it, and from the pictures you can see they were set up very differently. Some ranch style, some 2 stories, some just flat, and one of them even was like mostly just basement, which was very, very interesting. Matt continued to lead the charge, going into each house. He kept getting the photos that he needed and the video he needed, and I followed behind, keeping a little bit behind just to watch where he was going and make sure to follow his footsteps, because a lot of these old buildings have like weak spots and stairs and stuff. Got like full fat kid down here.
That's about it.
Nothing over here.
No. That's about it for this house.
Lots of animal stuff. As we continued on, the houses got more and more run down. Some things were just left. It was still a place that seemed just a little bit too active. Clothes were still in the drawers, food still on the counter and in the fridge. And yeah.
Marbles.
Yeah, pickles. Or no, pickles.
I didn't even notice that. Sheriff's.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's always important to remember when exploring places like this, especially places that used to be significant to people because they used to live there, to be very respectful. As an explorer, we're here to document, nothing more. So trying not to break or disturb anything is very important. You never want to take anything. That also is very important. For this house, this was one of the cooler aesthetically looking houses on the outside. We cannot show you the inside of the house though, because this was one of the houses that had a lot of family photos still up, and it was one of the houses that really just hit you and like really drove home that like these were houses that until recently had been lived in. And yeah, it was just one of those very surreal moments. As always though, it was a great experience exploring a place that other people hadn't explored. It was something that puts life in perspective every time you go to one of these places that has been left behind and forgotten. And to all the people that lived here before, I'm sure that it still holds a special place in their heart because this was where part of their life was. So hopefully the exploring that we did was done with the utmost respect to the area and the people that lived in it, of course. So we just hope that it's something that maybe gives them something and shows them a former place in their lives.